I'm in trouble. Hey, there's a guy at my house right now, a friend of yours.
Oh, that's Jeffrey. He's my friend. He just called me and we're going to have a drink after a long time. I'm still working and won't be home for another 2 hours and Jeffrey's already on his way. I told him to go home first.
Huh? If that's the case, you should have called me first. I can't let someone I don't know come to my house. Anyway, I told him to come back when you get back, so he went home.
What the hell is that? That's so rude. I've texted you, telling you that my friend is coming before Jeffrey got to her house.
I didn't receive that one.
You should check it again. I'm sure that I sent it.
I checked it already, but I really haven't received your message. You must be mistaken. You should double check.
Gosh. Seems that there was a transmission error when I sent that.
See? You didn't send it.
But when Jeffrey told you that he's a friend of mine, it's your job as my wife to shut up and entertain him. That's not very nice. You sent him home without even offering him a cup of tea. You're useless.
I don't even know him. What if he's a criminal who pretended to be your friend? What if he does something nasty to me?
How could anyone do that? I don't think Jeffrey would harm you, Rose. You are too self-conscious.
Are you telling me that I'm worse than you, who forgot to let me know that your friend was coming?
Think about it. Why didn't you just ask him to show you the conversation on his phone? That way you would have known we were friends, right? See? That's easy.
I thought so too. I told him that too, but he said that he forgot his phone and wouldn't let me see it. If there was no way to check whether he was your friend or not, there was nothing I could do. Even after that, my husband kept complaining to me for a while. His friend also treated me as if I were a devil's wife. Jeffrey forgot that my husband made a mistake by not texting me before he came to our house. Both of them blamed me, as if I was the only one at fault. No matter how much I was blamed, I could not trust my husband's friend. I just could not trust him in any way. No matter if my husband has given his permission, I don't think it's a good idea to visit a newlyweds when the wife is all alone in the house. Also, what everyone shouldn't forget is, my husband said that Jeffrey is already on his way. Then why didn't Jeffrey have his cell phone with him? I wonder how he communicated with my husband. I felt some kind of unexplainable fear. That's why I decided to go back to my parents' house. Then, I received a message from my husband, who was in a panic when he came home from work.
Where are you now? What the hell do you think you're doing, leaving me like this? You have no reason to be upset. I was the one who texted you to let you know that my friend was coming, so why are you the one who's still mad at me all this time?
Are you listening to me? I told you the other day I didn't get a message. You said there was a transmission error. Don't forget it just for your own convenience.
That's why I called you, didn't I? I was trying to make sure that you're okay.
You called me? I didn't get that.
There you go. You're so full of it. I didn't hear it. I didn't get it. You just forget about it, didn't you?
Then why were you trying to text me? You couldn't call me, so you decided to text me, didn't you?
I did what I was supposed to do, Rose.
You keep telling me about that and you never listen to me. I thought that when we got married, you'd think a little more about me. I was wrong. I've had enough. You just keep one-sidedly bad-mouthing me for selfish reasons.
But you can't prove I didn't contact you, can you?
Huh? There's no record of text or missed call from you, Kenny.
Think about it. How can someone that can be easily erased like that be proof? You're too self-aware. Nobody's after you.
That's not what this is about. Yeah, okay. Seems like you're not going to apologize to me.
Why should I apologize? You're the one who's sorry, right? I didn't do anything wrong.
Then fine, I won't even talk to you. I'm thinking about a divorce. That's what I'm gonna do.
Hey, you think you can talk to me so selfishly like that? What the hell do you want? What's your purpose?
I beg your pardon? I don't trust you anymore. That's why I said I want a divorce. I don't understand why you're blaming me when I didn't do anything wrong.
That's why I told you that my friend, Jeffrey, was going to visit our house.
You see, this just keeps going back and forth, so I don't want to talk about it anymore. Even if you did text me, why would you call your friend when you're not home?
Because Jeffrey said that he didn't have a place to wait.
A place to wait, huh? What a lame excuse. There are plenty of places to wait, such as restaurants and so on. Isn't that crazy? Coming all the way to our house when I was the only one there.
Don't say bad things about my friend.
Okay, let's say I let your friend come inside. What do you want me and your friend to do?
You can just prepare dinner or something, like what everyone does when they have a guest coming to the house. Just serve tea and snacks to him, let him watch TV and make him feel like home.
You want me to cook dinner for a stranger?
Yeah, what's wrong with that? It's not that hard, is it? That's what a wife is supposed to do.
Likewise, if my friend came over, would you serve her dinner?
I would if she's your friend. I'll say serve her tea too.
Then what if that friend of mine is actually a criminal who just lied to you?
You don't have to worry about that. You've never had a friend visiting you in the first place. Anyway, do you really have a friend? That means when the person says that she's your friend, I'll know right away that she's trying to deceive me.
Kenny, do you realize that you're contradicting yourself?
Huh? I'm just stating about the common sense. You're just being too logical and difficult. Also, you're trying so hard to justify yourself.
No, I think I'm just talking plain and simple.
That's your common sense. I'm different from you and I'm not that complicated.
Then divorce me because I can't be with someone who doesn't value my common sense.
Huh? Why are you talking like that? That's so extreme.
If that's the way you're talking right now, then yes.
But divorce over something like this is overreacting, right? You should think twice.
I thought so too. We'd get into trouble over something as trivial as this, you know? I can't continue our marriage to someone I can't have a proper conversation with. I'll report this to your parents too.
You think you can do such a selfish thing? I'll forgive you now, so don't make any more trouble and come back.
Forgive me? I'm not going back to our house. You have until tomorrow to decide whether you're going to apologize or divorce me. If you don't apologize, let's have a divorce.
That's right. I just remembered. Jeffrey was at our wedding.
What? What are you talking about out of the blue?
We knew each other. He was at our wedding, so he knew you too. That's why he wasn't a stranger.
What do you think you're talking about, Kenny? Do you know how many friends you invited to our wedding? There were a lot of people and most of them were your colleagues. How could I remember the face of someone I met only once at the wedding?
Don't be so heartless. Jeffrey was there to celebrate our marriage.
Do you remember the faces of even one of my friends? Would you recognize them if you saw them on the street? What's wrong? Did you just ignore me because you don't remember any of my friends? Are you just going to forget every single thing that you think is inconvenient for you?
Jeffrey is really my friend.
Even if I did remember him, it doesn't mean that Jeffrey is my friend, okay? We have never talked to each other. I don't want to spend a few hours alone with a stranger. I don't care even if you ask me to do it for your sake.
He's a friend of mine. Why can't you just be nice to him for my sake? If you can't even do that, that's very selfish of you. It's okay that this time it was a friend, but what if the person was my boss? That could affect my promotion. Can you take responsibility if I don't get promoted for the rest of my life because of you? Isn't that the worst thing you could do as a wife?
Okay, let's say that the person was a criminal. If I got killed because I invited him in, can you take the responsibility for that? Kenny didn't reply to me. Well, I guess he can't answer that because he has never thought about that possibility. Seems like the divorce is not moving forward. Maybe I should ask for a lawyer. The next day, I looked at my cell phone during my part-time job lunch break. I got a long message from Kenny. I didn't even want to read it. Although the content was in the form of an apology, the message was full of excuses and condescending. No matter how hard I tried, I could not forgive him. One thing that bothered me was that his friend Jeffrey said he wanted to apologize to me. I was thinking about why Jeffrey wants to go through the trouble of meeting me. I felt that something was not right. I wanted to set up a meeting with an attorney to discuss the divorce matter. I contacted my husband but did not receive a response. Then, on the weekend, my husband suddenly came to my parents' house with Jeffrey. When they came, my younger brother and his wife Megan were there. My parents were out. So the five of us, my husband, Jeffrey, my younger brother, and his wife, decided to have a discussion. There was no apology from my husband and Jeffrey. The discussion remained at a standstill. It didn't make any sense. I wondered what they came here for. In the end, I decided to hire an attorney. I asked my husband and Jeffrey to leave that day. Later that day, I was told an unbelievable fact by a certain person. What are you waiting for? All you have to do is get a divorce. You're the one who made things so complicated. What's wrong with you all of a sudden? This is between me and Kenny. It's none of your business, Megan. Of course, it's also my business. I want to marry Kenny as soon as possible. Seriously, what are you talking about? You are my brother's wife. I found out when I visited your house last time. I realized that I was married into this family to meet Kenny. I felt like it was my destiny to be together with him. You're also insensitive, aren't you? Kenny is very fond of me, so he's mine already. He said he'd remarry me as soon as he divorces you. Just go ahead and tell Kenny is not at fault. Well, he doesn't love you anyway. Then you can get a divorce with a clear mind, right? Kenny may feel refreshed, but I don't. If he doesn't love me, then why is he arguing about the divorce? He can just do it straight away if he wants to. Kenny is a smart guy. If he admits that he's at fault, you have to pay alimony, right? He said he doesn't want that to happen. That's not smart. That's just being petty. So since he doesn't want to pay for alimony, he's just going to keep on complaining. I'm appalled. What about Jeffrey then? It's just not right that he keeps popping up multiple times. He has nothing to do with this, so why is he acting like he's a part of this matter? I'll tell you what I think. Jeffrey loves you. Huh? He fell in love with you when he saw you at the wedding. But he gave up on you because you're his friend's wife. But when he and Kenny were having a drink together, Kenny told him that he wanted to divorce you. When he heard that, Jeffrey's love for you had got stronger than before. I'm happy for you. So you and my husband took advantage of that. Well, that's what it comes down to, but it doesn't matter, does it? The truth is that the day Jeffrey went to your house, I got proof of the affair and tried to use it for the divorce. But Jeffrey chickened out at the last minute. Since you turned him away, the whole plan got screwed up. You're just playing hard to get. Do you even know what you're talking about? You're saying that you're trying to take advantage of your own friend. That's very inhuman. It's okay because nothing happened, right? It would have been fun if something had happened. That's not the point. Do you even care about other people's life? If that had happened, Jeffrey would have been arrested by the police. Kenny told Jeffrey not to worry because he would pay for the settlement. Jeffrey said he had no intention of doing any harm to you. He didn't even know he was being used, and he was so eager to go and see you. Poor Jeffrey. He thought that he could be together with you. He's just too sweet, which really makes me want to laugh out loud. You're such a jerk. You can say what you want. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all. At first, I was going to charge you with adultery. But that's too much trouble. Just divorce Kenny as soon as possible. I don't want to wait any longer. You don't have to pay me any more money, so just get out of my life. When Megan contacted me, a chill ran down my spine. I felt as if I were frozen by her curse. It was all planned. I have no trust in my husband anymore. He is more of a stranger to me now. I'm afraid to stay in the marriage any longer, and I don't want him to come up with another nasty plan. I decided to consult an attorney immediately. I was confused with a mix of anger and disappointment. Once I realized that it was a setup, I completely switched myself to an anger mode. I swear that I will not be defeated. Let the war begin from here on. What do you think you're doing, Rose? It's so obvious, isn't it? What you tried to do to me. I'll never forgive you. You have to take responsibility as an adult. I didn't do anything wrong. You just didn't do anything directly to me. You knew about the plan, so it's the same thing. This whole thing has hurt me a lot. I've been scared. That's why I'll make you pay for the alimony. But your brother is going to ask for alimony too because he's divorcing me. I can't pay that much. Don't you dare say that to me. You're still married and you're responsible for hurting my brother's feelings. I also gave him the screenshot of the messages I had with you. You'd better admit it soon, Megan. You don't like waiting, do you? You're the worst thing ever. That's why you're dumped by Kenny. I know I'm not stupid, so maybe I was too smart for Kenny. But to be honest, I'm grateful to you for giving me the opportunity to divorce my husband like that. Thank you, Megan. You and Kenny are a perfect match. I know it's going to be hard to pay for the alimony from now on, but you and Kenny are capable to do that together. Wait a minute. I'm not finished talking with you. You must drop your lawsuit against me. The alimony from Kenny is enough. You don't have to take it from me too. Hey, don't ignore me. Say something, Rose. Please. That terrible plan was exposed. Kenny and I, Megan and my brother were able to divorce rather easily. My brother and I sued Kenny, Megan, and Jeffrey for alimony. The three of them kept blaming each other. They showed no signs of remorse for what they had done. They are really shabby people. The attorney thought they were malicious and demanded a substantial amount of money for compensation. If they did not comply, they would go to court and content certified letter will be sent to each company they are working for. With this, Kenny and Jeffrey gave up easily and paid the fee. Megan, who was a housewife, had no way to pay the fee, so she was complaining, but her parents shut her up. Kenny was blamed so badly by my parents, his younger brother, and his own parents, and when he came to my parents' house to write the divorce papers, I was surprised to see that he was like a zombie. But both my parents and my brother say they have no intention of forgiving Kenny. Of course, neither do I. It seems that Megan told Kenny to marry her, but Kenny's parents were against that. It seems that Kenny, who's fed up with all the lecturing from his parents, did not defend Megan and turned her away, saying that he would not marry her. I have returned to my parents' house and am regaining a peaceful life. After what happened, my brother and I were depressed for a while. But both of us were glad that we realized the true nature of Kenny and Megan at an early stage before we had kids.
Hey, Max, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I'm about to head out to work for the day. And also that apparently the night shift people all called out, so I'll be staying late to cover their shift.
Oh, dang, again? That's at least a few times just this week, isn't it?
Well, I don't like having to do either, you know? But there is no one else who'll be able to man the store, so I don't have a choice.
I know, but it seems like you're always doing this for others, but no one ever does it for you. What would happen if you said no and didn't cover the shifts?
I've really thought about doing that before, you know? But we're all a team here, and I feel if I don't cover people's shifts like this, then no one will cover mine when I have to call out suddenly.
I get that. I just feel like it's been happening a lot lately is all.
I don't think you're wrong about that, but we just hire so many students at my place, and they're always busy with this or that.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess that makes sense then. They probably have some assignments to turn in or something.
That's what I like to tell myself too, Max. Besides, I also hope that by doing this for them now, they'll understand about working with the team in any future jobs they might have.
Well, yes. It would be nice if that were the case. But okay, if that's what's happening, I don't mind cooking tonight. Is there anything in particular that you'd like to eat?
Oh, I don't think you're going to need to cook for me. The chef here said he was going to make me something special since I've been coming in so frequently.
Oh, gotcha. Well, isn't that nice? I guess I'll just scrounge something up for me to eat around here then.
Yeah, sorry about all this, but thanks for understanding. Also, there was something else that I wanted to talk to you about if it's alright. My mother has really not been feeling well lately, and starting from tomorrow, I'm going to need to start visiting her more often.
Oh wow, that's a lot. I'm sorry, Dawn. Does everything look like it's going to be okay? Has she gone to see a doctor or anything like that?
I think that it's just a bit of a heat flash since the summer has been so hot. Apparently, she was out doing yard work all by herself in the sun yesterday and started to complain of muscle soreness. I guess my mom just hasn't figured out that she needs to slow things, and so her body was letting her know.
Well, I'm sure that she'll be really happy to see you. Besides, it isn't like she even lives that far, so she probably just wants someone she knows she can call on.
I think you're right, yeah. But my dad is also still there with her, so that's good to know. And he's really going to have to step up now that Mom is slowing down. He won't be able to count on her for all that he used to.
That's very true. I didn't want to say anything, but it did seem like your mom tended to do everything for him. I'm sure you and your dad will have to have a lot of talks about this.
Yeah, it seems like we really are. But it's just so odd to me because I still feel like my parents are young and healthy. I don't know, maybe I'm just a very good child.
Well, you know that you can talk to me about anything that might be bothering you too. And I don't think you're a bad child. I mean, I barely even call my parents. But how about next time you go to see your mom, I go along with you, so I can at least say hi to them.
Are you sure that'd be okay? I know that my parents would just love to see you. And I really do want to try and something more for them. It's part of why I got the job and started saving up.
And I think that just proves that you're not as bad a daughter as you thought you were. You work really hard, and all while thinking of how you can give to your family and never complaining about it.
I think you're making me sound just a bit better than I really am. I mean, I complain about a lot of things.
Well, okay. Maybe I was wrong about the last one. I have heard you complain a lot. But not about anything unreasonable, just about how much you've had to cover for other people.
Yeah, but at least this way I'm able to earn more money since I'm working so many hours. And my boss is always coming in to help when I've had to pick up shifts, so he makes the extra work not as bad at least.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. This is a new manager, right? I remember you seemed to think the last guy was really strict.
Well, that's because he was. Compared to working under him, this new guy is like a dream. Anyways, I have to get ready to leave the house now. I was going to do some errands before my shift.
Got it. Well, I'm sad I won't get to see much of you tonight, but I hope that work goes well.
Thanks, Max. I hope the rest of your shift goes quickly as well. I'll let you know once I finish and I'm heading home.
Hey, Dawn. Are you still not heading home yet? Were you working late tonight again? I can't recall.
Oh, Max, sorry. I forgot to tell you, but I'm at my parents' house right now.
Oh, is that where you are?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I was going to be back at home before you were, but we just lost track of time talking.
Don't worry about it. I'm glad that you ended up spending so much time with them. And how is your mom feeling? Has she been doing any better since we last talked about her?
Yeah, she's actually feeling a lot better already. In fact, one of the things we were talking about were plans to go on a trip together.
You're going to go somewhere with your mom?
Well, you remember when I said that I was saving money to spend on my parents, right? I mentioned that to them and asked my mom if there was anything she really wanted, and she said that she wanted to take a trip somewhere.
Wow! Well, that sounds really exciting. So are all three of you going to go?
That was the original plan, but then my dad said that he wasn't going to be able to make it.
Oh, well, that's too bad. But still, a trip with just you and your mom sounds great.
Yes, it will be a really nice girls' trip where we can relax and take things easy. She even said she would be willing to put in some of her own money into this trip if we needed to.
Gotcha. But I still can't help but feel bad for your dad. I'm sure that he would have loved to go.
I think it was kind of his way of giving this trip to my mom, too. I mean, after all she's done for him over the years, there has probably only been a few days worth of actual time she's had to herself. So I think that's why he's just letting Mom and I go on this trip. But are you going to be okay if I leave for a little bit? We're only going to be gone a week.
Of course you should go on this trip. I mean, this is basically what you've been saving up for this whole time. I'll take care of things at home, so you just focus on having fun and being with your mom.
Thank you so much. We were thinking of going somewhere overseas, maybe Milan.
Well, that sounds great, but do you even know how to speak Italian? You might want to try going somewhere they speak a bit more English, no?
I know, but where is that? England? Canada?
Well, it's your trip, and I'm sure you two will pick the place that's right for you both. Oh, and by the way, are you going to need dinner, or did you already eat?
I was hoping to eat something at home with you, if that's alright.
Yeah, no problem. I'll get started on something right now.
Thank you so much, Max. You've been so patient with all my running around. I know that I've been asking a lot of you recently, and I'm glad you've been there for me.
Well, I just felt so awful when your mom got sick after you were already working yourself so much with your job. You have nothing to worry about as far as I'm concerned. Although sometimes I do feel like I do most of the housework.
I'm sorry about that, Max. I promise to try and get home a little earlier to help out more.
Don't overdo it, but a little more help with things would be nice.
Of course. Anyways, I should be getting home in about 30 minutes. See you soon.
Hey, Dawn, are you already gone for your trip? I don't remember if you ever told me just where it was that you were going. And how come your phone battery appears to be off? Anyways, would you mind getting back to me when you see these messages? Things are a real mess here, so just please give me a call as soon as you can, okay? Anytime. I'll be here by my phone ready to talk to you, okay?
Max, I'm so sorry for getting back to you so late. I got here and had no idea how to get service for my phone. Then my phone died because my charger doesn't work here, so I spent a few days without any battery. But now I can see that you sent a bunch of messages to me today. What happened? You seem to be really worried about something.
It's too late. It's already over.
What do you mean? What's over?
I take it that you're still not back in the US, right?
Yeah, but I'm at the airport right now and connected to the Wi-Fi. Plus, I managed to find a converter for my phone charger. But anyways, I'm about to get on the plane home. And the trip was really great. Mom and I had such a blast together.
I'm sorry, but just who did you go on that trip with? Because your mom passed away, and we just finished her funeral.
Wait, what? What do you mean? My mom is dead, but she can't be.
Do you really think that I would lie to you about something like this, Dawn? You know that I would never do something like that.
I know you wouldn't, but I'm coming home from a trip with her. I don't understand.
Dawn, please. I know that's a lie, so just drop it. I've already been on the phone with your dad, and we've talked about this.
But I don't get it. Why is my mom dead? What happened?
Apparently she collapsed while she was outside and she hit her head.
No, this can't be happening.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth, Dawn.
I don't get it. No, I refuse to accept this. Why didn't you tell me that my mom had died in your messages? It would have at least been good to know what happened before we had this conversation.
When I first got the call from your dad, I didn't know what to think. The whole reason I was calling you so much was because I thought you were going on a trip with your mom.
But how could it happen like this? I couldn't even say goodbye.
I don't really think that you get to feel sorry for yourself right now. You were the one who lied about taking this trip with your mom, and all of that so you could go out and cheat on me.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Dawn, enough. I know about it all, okay? Here I thought you were really worried about being a good daughter for nothing. You were right the first time. You are a bad one. We're cremating your mom soon, so make sure you apologize to her when you come home.
Mom, I'm so sorry for everything.
Everyone here just can't believe what you've done, Dawn.
I'm an idiot. I'm the worst. I can't believe this happened.
I agree. In fact, when you get back, I want a divorce. You also have until the end of the month to pack all of your things and move out of this house. I've already told the leasing company that we're canceling the lease.
Wait, Max, this is all so sudden.
Well, you better hurry up and accept what's happened. Once we finish with your mom at the crematorium, I'm going home to pack up my things. Let me know when you've landed, and I'll go to pick you up with the divorce papers.
Max, after work, can you please come home to me?
Have you signed the divorce papers like I've asked you to?
I haven't yet, but still.
I never want to see you again until those papers are signed. Now you're holding up the process, so just sign the papers and let's be done with this.
But I don't want to get a divorce from you.
And just who do you think you are to get to say that? I mean, you went on a trip to cheat on me with your boss.
I know, and it was really, really stupid of me. But I never thought that all of this would happen.
I don't really care about how you feel about this at all. Besides, are you working on moving out your stuff? You know there's only a week left in this month, right?
But I can't. I just can't bring myself to pack up all my stuff. My mom just died. How can you act so cruelly to me right now?
Maybe because you lied about being with your mom and instead went away on a trip where you cheated on me?
Well, I know I did all that, but still.
But still nothing. You did all that, and that's all there is to it.
But I broke up with my boss and I don't want to lose you, Max.
Well, it's not always about what you want, and I don't want to be with you anymore. Do you understand?
Please, I only made one little mistake. It's not my fault things got so out of hand. I never wanted things to end up like this. I'm so sorry that I hurt you.
I might have been more likely to stay if we had children, but since we don't, I know this is the right choice for me.
Please don't be like that. It doesn't have to end this way.
Besides, it wasn't just one time, was it? You and your boss have been seeing each other for a whole 6 months before this happened, right? There you go, lying right to my face again. Do you have any idea just how shocked I was when I heard about your mom's fall from your dad?
I'm so sorry. I know I lied to you, but I didn't think this would all happen.
Well, it did. And when I called around to your friends to figure out what was happening, nobody knew anything. It was only as a last resort that I called your work looking for your boss, and when I finally got his phone number, it was his wife who picked up and told me he was on a trip with you. All while I had to be the one to break the news to your dad. You put me through so much because of your lies!
Max, I'm so sorry for all of this. I really never wanted things to turn out like this.
Well, it's way too late to apologize for anything now.
Please, you have to know that I never meant to hurt you like this, right?
It's not just about your mom. It's that you were cheating on me as well. I just can't overlook all of this and act like nothing happened. I'm not going to close my eyes to the truth.
I don't know what else to say except that I'm sorry and that I was an idiot. But I still just wish you would rethink this divorce.
Well, it's not going to happen, Dawn. Apparently your boss's wife had been suspicious of him for a while, and even hired a private investigator to collect evidence against him. And now that I know all that she does, I feel like I have no other choice but to leave.
But I don't know how I'm supposed to live without you. And now you and my boss's wife are suing me over this affair. Plus, I can't even get a hold of my boss.
Well, if you think that I'm going to change my mind and now come to your rescue, you're sorely mistaken. This is all happening because of decisions that you made.
But even my parents are telling me that I'm not allowed to come back home to them.
Does that really even surprise you? You lied about taking your mom on a trip, and while you were gone, she died. You weren't even there for her funeral, because you were trying to avoid having a talk with me on the phone.
But how was I supposed to know that she was going to die while I was on this trip? I really did want to do something nice for her. I was going to take her out for lunch or something when I came back.
I don't care what you say, because I have no idea how I can ever trust you again. I'm sure that what you told me about your mom falling over while gardening was true, but were you really spending time with your parents after that? Or did you just use that as another excuse to go and spend time with this boss of yours? Just how deep do all these lies go?
Max, please, I'm so sorry. I'll never lie to you again. I'm sorry about all of this. Just please don't leave me.
I really feel like you aren't giving me any other options. I don't want to be with a woman who lied to me and cheated on me. And if this is all you're going to talk to me about, then I'd rather we not talk anymore at all. Just sign the papers, or else I'll have to go to my lawyers, who will make you sign it.
But can't we just meet and talk in person one last time? Please, just come home to me, Max.
I've already told you that I have nothing to say if this is all you're going to say to me.
But I won't have anywhere to go after this week. And there's no one else that I can turn to for help.
That isn't my problem anymore. If I were you, I would just focus on packing up as fast as you can.
Please, Max, you have to forgive me. I promise that I'll never cheat on you or betray you or lie to you ever again. I'm so sorry about all of this.
It doesn't matter if you apologize after it's already done. And you wouldn't be apologizing if you never got caught.
Just please don't leave me. You're the only person I have in my life to turn to now.
You used your mom to lie to me about an affair you were having. I just can't be with a girl who would do something like that. I trusted you, and you betrayed me, and I don't owe you a second chance.
Max, don't be like this. I'll do whatever you want. Just please, let me stay with you.
I already told you. The answer is no. We are getting divorced. You lied and cheated to me, and that's all there is to it. After that, I had to get my lawyers involved again, since Dawn refused to sign her divorce papers. I already had proof of her affair from her boss's wife, and it saved me a bunch of time. I heard that she also divorced her husband when he came back from his trip as well. It seems like they both thought they were never going to be caught, but it was just a matter of time before the truth came to light. Dawn and her boss had been seeing each other about 3 times a week for the past 6 months or so. So much happened in that 1 week that the whole thing feels like a blur, if I think back on it. But now I'm on my own, and I'm looking forward to starting a new chapter of my life.